In the last few videos, we've talked about in fifth dimensional customer experience about if you have not enough customers. We likened it to blood flow, anemia, not having enough. Now we're going to go into a series of videos that we're going to look at if you have too many customers. I know you're like, too many. How is that a problem? What I mean is likening it to blood flow issues, hypertension, meaning blood pressure that's too high, too much volume. And that's not healthy either, because then it puts you at the risk for a stroke or a heart attack, and that's not good either. My experience in this has been that if you have more customers than your capacity can handle well, then the customer experience suffers. So does the employee experience, because the stress levels get higher, and then you start running into issues where you can't deliver to the quality, the level of quality you desire to. Your own expectations. It's so hard to keep up with that. Everybody's just trying to survive with that level of business. So I have some ideas that we're going to go through on how to address this, but let's start with number one. Let's look at and take a serious look at this. If you have customers who are not a good or ideal fit, I mean ones who are a poor fit for you. These could be customers who are tough to work with. They don't typically pay on time. They require an unreasonable level of service, and they seem to always argue on price, trying to drive a lower price on anything. How do you know if that exists? Well, hopefully that's not the case. Ask your team, ask your service team, but set them up for success here and say, we really want to keep customers who are our best and ones who are a good fit. We're really trying to identify customers who are tough to work with. Go through that list I just shared with you and say, we're looking to see if we can't move them on to another vendor that could take care of them because we're so busy, and they would understand this, we're so busy, it's hard to take really good care of everyone. We want to identify who's a good fit and who's a best fit. Do you have any recommendations? Who's difficult to work with? And what you'll probably find is that the ones who are so hard to work with typically don't comprise the bulk of your business. And if that kind of a customer does make up the bulk of your business, you've got some work to do. Why would the bulk of your business, if this is true, be composed of people and customers who make your life and the life of your team miserable? Is that really the kind of income you want to have? So focus on the ones that you have that aren't a great fit, and then figure out how to wean them off. Ritz-Carlton had an excellent way of doing this. Horst Schultz, one of the co-founders, said they found their experience was 5, maybe 3% of customers were just, you couldn't win no matter what you did for them. And Ritz-Carlton was notorious for excellent service. People went out of their way to stay there, raving fans. So you know they had excellent service. The service levels weren't the issue. It was that person that could never be happy. So what they would do is they'd make a note in their system, and then management would politely say, we realize that we're just not the best fit for you, and we recommend this quality hotel. They'll very much take care of you. And so they'd redirect them. Then they made a note in their system across all of their locations that this customer was not able to make reservations with them. This communicated to their team that the customer experience and the employee experience both were equally important. If a customer could not ever be made happy, no matter what Ritz-Carlton did, they weren't a good fit. So that's what I'd recommend. When you've got these elevated business levels, find ways to identify who are your ideal clients, your good clients, and then the ones who are not. If you've got any who are not a good fit, make sure you have enough business before you wean them off. But if you can, this will really encourage your team, and you'll have more time to pay attention to your customers who are a good and an excellent ideal fit.